Hello everyone, so today I am making an ancestry video. So if you like my ancestry videos, keep on watching. And this one, this video is about my ancestors, my cousins, my first cousin, Ancestry DNA 23andMe results. So I am sharing my cousin's DNA results. I said I was gonna upload them months ago. It's been months and I finally have the chance to make a video. And let's get started. So first, I will start off with some photos. So here's a photo of me and my cousin. That's my cousin and that's me. Let's move on. Here's my cousin. That's him. Let's move on. This is me and my cousin again. Let's move on. This is a selfie of my cousin. He took his first selfie with my camera. So I'm gonna play a video. It's loading, okay. It's playing. So this is my cousin and I walking to go feed the horse some water. We're walking. He has this little, what's it called? Knife thingy. I believe you call it a machete. I don't know what you call it. I'm sorry. I wish I knew. But yeah, we're walking to feed the horse. The walk is pretty long. Yep, we're in the forest, as you can see. All green. So I will stop the video here, just so the video doesn't become long. Now let's go on to the next video. This is my cousin with his horse up in the hill or up on the mountain, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, it's all green. That's my cousin with his horse. And here's a view of where I am at. Look at those hills. They're pretty big. And we live at the bottom of that. So we walked pretty long. The walk was long. That's it. That's it for the video. Now on to the interesting part, what everybody has been waiting for. Oops, I messed up. I need a napkin. My camera looks blurry. Okay, there we go. So now on to the first part. Your ancestry composition. Here's a breakdown of your ancestry, deriving from all ancestors on both sides of your family. Native American, 90.3% Native American. That's a lot of Native American ancestry for one little boy. So that's right. We are Native American. That's no surprise. Everyone that's been watching my videos knows that my family's full Native American. So I'm not shocked there. Let's move on. Now on to your father's line. Along your father's line, you have ancestry in the Americas in the past few hundred years that traces back to Eastern Africa around 50,000 years ago. So the Americas is where my cousin's father's line's from, same as mine's, the Americas. So now let's click on the haplogroup. Your haplogroup Q183A star is a subgroup of Q183A. Locations of haplogroup Q183A before the widespread migrations of the past few hundred years. Q1318 is primary haplogroup among Native Americans whose ancestors brought it across a land bridge connecting Siberia and Alaska about 15,000 years ago. So as you could tell, our haplogroup is Native American. And let's move on to part 2. Haplogroup Q13A is a subgroup of Q, age 18,000 years ago, region Northern Central Asia and Americas, example populations Siberians, Native Americans. Highlight: haplogroup Q13A traces the migration of people from Asia to the Americas 15,000 years ago. Let's move on. Now on to my cousin's maternal line. Your mother's line. Along your mother's line, you have ancestry in Eastern Asia in the past few hundred years that traces back to Eastern Africa around 50,000 years ago. So his mother's line is Eastern Asia. Let's move on and let's look more into that. Let's see. C1 is a subgroup of C, locations of haplogroup C before the widespread migration of the past few hundred years. So one of 4 major haplogroups found among Native Americans. Haplogroup C is found across North and South America and in Asia, where it is found across the continent's northern tier. The haplogroup has been used to trace the recent expansions of people from the U.S. Southwest into the Great Basin region of the United States of about 1,000 years ago. So now let's move on to part 2. Haplogroup C, a subgroup of M, age greater than 50,000 years ago. Region Americas, Asia. Example populations Native Americans, Evankans, Aglikisi. I don't know how to pronounce those names. Highlight: haplogroup C was one of 4 major haplogroups involved in the peopling of Northern America. So there we go. My aunt is Native American, and she got that. So even though it says Eastern Asian, my aunt is not Eastern Asian. I mean, even though it says Eastern Asian, my aunt is not Eastern Asian. We're Native American. My aunt is Native American. She's been living in the Americans for more than. She's been living. Her ancestors have been living in the Americas for many generations now. Now let's move on to another part of the video. So famous relatives. Famous relative. Famous Yo-Yo Ma is distantly related to you on your mother's side. So who knew that? That's interesting. My cousin got a famous relative. Let's move on. Neanderthal ancestry. You have an estimated 2.4 Neanderthal DNA, which puts you in the 13th percentile among 23andMe members. Okay. Let's move on. Now onto the ancestry painting, ancestry composition. So the percentages.
So
My cousin gets 90.3 Native American, East Asian, less than 0.1 Mongolian, less than 0.1 Yaktu, 0.2 broadly East Asian, 5.3 broadly East Asian and Native American. The total is 95.8 Native American and East Asian. So we should be moving on, but I'm waiting for the mouse. European, 1.7 European. Southern European, 1.3 Iberian, 0.2 broadly Southern European, 0.2 broadly European. Now onto the, let's wait for that. Now onto the African part. 0.6 Sub-Saharan African, 0.6 West African, less than 0.1 broadly Sub-Saharan African. So the total is 0.6 Sub-Saharan African, 0.1 Middle Eastern and Northern African, 0.1 Middle Eastern. So the total is 0.1. Less than 0.1 South Asian, less than 0.1 Oceanian, 1.7 unassigned, Now let's move on. Now onto the mother-father side. This is what he got. Let's look at the mother side first. So this is what my cousin got from his mother's side. 50% from mother. 48.3 East Asian and Native American. So he got 44.9 Native American. Less than 0.1 Mongolian. Less than 0.1 Yaktu. 0.1 broadly East Asian. 3.3 broadly East Asian and Native American. The total, there we go, that's what estimated for Native American population is 0.4 European, Southern European, 0.3 Iberian, less than 0.1 broadly Southern European, less than 0.1 broadly European as a total for that European. Sub-Saharan African 0.2, 0.1 West African, less than 0.1 broadly Sub-Saharan African, less than 0.1 South Asian, less than 0.1 Oceanian, 1.0 unassigned. So that is it. Now let's move on and see what he got from his father's side. From his father, 50% from father, 47.5 East Asian and Native American, 45.4 Native American, East Asian, 0.1 broadly East Asian, 2.0 broadly East Asian and Native American, 1.3 European, Southern European, 1.0 Iberian, 0.2 broadly Southern European, 0.2 broadly European, 0.4 Sub-Saharan African, 0.4 West African, 0.1 Middle Eastern and Northern African, 0.1 Middle Eastern, less than 0.1 South Asian, less than 0.1 Ocean, 0.7 unassigned, and that is it. That's what he got from his father's side. Now let's move on to the ancestry painting. So it's a little bit unorganized. I didn't make the video right. But let's look into it. So the mouse is going to be moving constantly. So that's Native American and East Asian. Native American in total. Now back to East Asian and Native American. He all his now into European. That's full European. Everything. Southern European, Iberian, Sub-Saharan African, African, West African, Sub-Saharan African, Middle Eastern, and Northern African, Middle Eastern, South Asian, and the other one I believe is Oceanian. So that's it. This is his ancestry painting, and as you can see, I'm going through the stuff. My cousin has Native American all over his painting because that's how it is. You know, we're full Native American, and that is it. So as you can see, there is some European, some sub-Saharan African, but I think that's noise. But I might be wrong. You know, we're dealing with DNA. DNA is always right. You know, it's not that it's always right, but it's there. So who's right, who's wrong? From what I know is we're full Native American. We speak our language, etc. You know, they say that because I don't know why. I don't know why they say that, but they say that for a reason. And for now, we see it as that. You know, maybe there might be more changes, and in the future with 23andMe, because the Native American population samples are small, and maybe as they expand, you know, I might get full Native American. That European and African might be removed, because from what I know, Europeans and Africans came to the Americas 500 years ago. So for them, for us to show like European and Native, for my ancestors to get like 0.1, 0.5, 1% European and like 0.5 African, that means, you know, that doesn't add up, because Europeans and Africans came 500 years ago, and that's a small percentage for that, for me to have like, for my cousin to have African and European, and they came 500. So you know what I mean? That doesn't seem to add up. You know, I haven't found any any African or European haplogroups within my family, within my cousin's family. So the way I look at it for now is that it's noise, but maybe as more people get tested, as more family members get tested, we'll find out the truth. But for now, I'm looking at it as noise. I know it sounds crazy, you know, I'm going against a DNA test, you know, saying, oh, it's wrong on this part. You know, DNA tests, these DNA tests are pretty accurate because we're full Indian, and we got like, what percentage did we get for Indian? We basically got 95% Indian. There, it's pretty accurate. We got 95% Native American. So these DNA test kits are pretty accurate. 23andMe is pretty accurate. Um, you know, we're going based on what they have, and that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. I did try to test my aunt. I don't know if anyone has been updated, but I did try to test my aunt, and I never made a video about this, but the DNA test failed. Her sample failed, so I'm not gonna share her results because there's no results for my aunt. And that is it, everyone. So thank you for watching. Sorry for talking a lot. I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and anyone that has tested, please share your 23andMe results. I know that ancestry results are very interesting. I think it's interesting that I got these results, and it proves that I am Native American, or that I come from a full Native American family. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching.